Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, divine masculine. In the collective, please welcome into your journey for the twin flames. Okay, now this is again your weekly reading from today, the 4th of December, until the next week, 10 days, your energy. As I normally do with you guys, both the twins, right? So the masculine and the feminine. So we do that individually, and we'll see the energies in here. Okay. Now take what resonates with you guys and leave the rest of it. If it's not something that you resonate with, don't worry about it. It's just not your story in here at this point in time. But if it is your story, then yeah, then it's all yours. Okay, now let's call upon a divine guide, angel, ancestor, my spirit guide into this reading for you, divine masculine. And let's see what your energies are talking about around this portion in time for the month of December 2021. Divine masculine, guys. Let's see what is going on with you. Adult children. Okay. Oops. I got two cards together. Family changes. Wow. Okay. Changing your mind. Interesting. All right. The bottom is take the next step now. Okay. Sentimental feelings, spiritual growth. Okay. Yeah. Seeking and finding. Okay. So there is something that you have been looking for. Perhaps prior to the story that we are finding out today, maybe for some of you, right? You have been looking for something in your life, seeking and finding. You have been, kind of searching in yourself, trying to get an answer, trying to dig for an answer, kind of a situation here, right? Which is, again, talking about some kind of spiritual growth in you, spiritual understanding. So you have been trying to find some kind of meaning and purpose to your life, just for yourself, okay? Now the next is sentimental feelings, right? But the spiritual growth is coming in with some kind of emotional story attached to it. Okay. There is spiritual growth, guys, but there is also a lot of feelings, sentimental, like, it's not something that you may have experienced before, but right now you will be, right? Where there is a lot of feelings, understanding, sensation, sensitivity, maybe compassion in you, kindness, right? A lot of sentiments that talk about you becoming a better person just by yourself. Not that you guys were not good people. No. That's not the point. The point of this story over here, divine masculine, is the fact that this is a new spiritual development. It's what I'm getting. Something that is kind of changing you. You have been trying to find an answer, to maybe whatever you have done for yourself, why you haven't got a result, where did you go wrong, all that comprehensive study of your own soul and mind, right? Where you're coming with an answer around this point, which is talking about spiritual and sentimental feelings, a spiritual growth that is connected directly with a lot of sentimental feelings, which is where they're saying that you're coming to a point where you're getting ready by yourself to take the next step forward. So there is some answer, right? What I'm getting, guys, is that there is some answer to your question that you have been trying to delve, trying to understand, trying to, um, it's something, a self-analysis maybe for some of you, um, why you haven't got things in the right way for yourself. What is that is being in your way? Where have you gone wrong with your judgment and decisions in life? Those kind of feelings, and that is bringing about some kind of change in your own self, where you're connecting with your spirit world, with your spirit guide, and the answers are coming to you, and you're feeling, and you will be feeling um, a lot more softer in your heart and mind, in your soul, where there is a lot of feelings that is, like I said, it's directly connected with your spirit world or your spiritual journey, right? That is leading you towards your spiritual growth. And this twin flame is all about, as I said before, is all about that, right? Individual growth. And individual growth, not in the 3D, it's an individual spiritual growth, because this whole journey is a spiritual journey. And I've said that before. It's not the run of the mill journey where you suddenly discover somebody and you fall in love and then happy, let's get married. No. This is a completely, that's what I said a long time before, that you guys are thinking about union, this sacred union, when am I going to stay with my twin, when am I going to have my kids with him and build a family. Yeah, that's all fine. But this journey is not about that specifically. This journey is a completely different spiritual journey towards your own growth in this world, your own faith, that purpose in your life towards your own higher self, right? That is that journey that is now bearing its result for you, divine masculine, right? So right away we get adult children, right? So, and then you have family changes, okay? There is something in your life, right, divine masculine, that directly concerns your family, right? Where there could be adult, there could be children in your life. So there could be people who are matured, who are, elderly, and then you could possibly have immature people, or what you call them as children, right? That's what I'm getting, but we'll clarify, right? But there is something about that whole adult and children which concerns your family. So my understanding is that it is something to do with your domestic situation. So there is some kind of change in that situation that, we are looking at maybe, but we'll see, right? And then we have changing your mind, right? So there is something that was stopping you here, right? You were probably not willing to change for the sake of your family, right? And you were finding it difficult to move from that situation because you could be having responsibilities you were carrying for them, where there are members of the family, right? But that particular situation could be going through some kind of change for some of you. So your kids could be leaving home, or something has happened, something has moved, something has shifted in that situation, is what I'm getting. But we'll see, right? And then you have is changing your mind. And this is, there is some kind of liberation that you're coming in contact with from this kind of a change. that you are either manifesting or the universe is doing it for you. It can go either ways, right? But what I'm getting, guys, is that because of that change, right, you are getting that liberty, I may say so, to change your mind. Like your mind was stuck because, or you were stuck, or you were not able to open your mind. It's because you were not getting that freedom to think otherwise, right? Because you felt you were carrying too much of burden, responsibilities. People may have been dependent on you. Some of you could have elderly parents at home who have been a part of your life for a long time. All that kind. So, which is where there could be some rapid changes that will occur in that situation, is what I'm getting, guys. Which is where you will get that liberty to change your own mindset. Because, somewhere you will feel your mind will become a little bit less preoccupied, is also what I'm getting, with all the burdens that you had been carrying before. So that could be, your spiritual growth that is occurring, where you are in connection with your spirit world, also could be a part of that story, which is where you are being able to take off the burden that had been sitting in your mind. That also could be a part of the same story, but we'll see. Okay. And then we'll move from there into clarifying the cards that my spirit gives us. Okay. Please talk to me about the adult children. Adult children, right? There also could be children who are growing up for some of you, or who have become more matured in their understanding. It can be anything for anybody, right? But it comprises of a family unit, is more what I'm getting, right? Comprises of a family unit. For some of you, it could be parents, children, whosoever is directly connected with your family situation or so. Let's see here. Please talk to me about the adult children. Can I have one more card here? Right there. Okay. The next part of this story, let's move on, is the family changes. And this is, again, like I said, either you are working on that change, or the change is just happening because it's the divine timing for you. Please talk to me about the family changes. So something could be moving, something could be shifting in your family atmosphere. If you're tied up with your karmic situation or karmic partner, maybe some of you guys are moving out of that. We'll see. Talk to me about the family changes. But there is definitely a change that is occurring in your domestic environment, is what I'm more getting out of the story here. Okay, something that will allow you some kind of freedom, again, in yourself, right? Will allow you to think better, will allow you to work better with your mindset, changing your direction. Please talk to me about changing your mind, right? Something that you have not been able to work before with, because like I said, you were too preoccupied or burdened, or feeling burdened, or feeling, that you are stuck in a toxic atmosphere from where you have no relief for some of you. Right? So this is that situation that I'm getting, guys, and we'll continue with the same deck in here, because I love to continue with the same deck, because I feel that we get better messages when that's me, okay, when I read from the same deck here. But of course, it all depends. The bottom is the emperor. That's your energy, divine masculine. So there is something in your life that you are understanding better in yourself, because you are coming to a point of decision here. That's what I'm getting from this energy here. You're coming to a point of taking some kind of decision. It's like, like you're thinking about it, you're getting the whole story, you're just working around the planning, right? What to do now, what to do next, what is the next step forward, how do I plan this thing out here. And at the same time, it looks to me that you're coming back to power. You're coming back to take back control of your own situation in life. Some of you could be dealing with kids of your own, right, where you are the father figure as well. So there is some decision that you are coming to terms with, when it concerns you as one of the parent here as well. But all in all, you kind of appear to be very strict and stern and disciplined in yourself. You're coming into that energy where you by yourself, you are taking on the role of the divine masculine, which is where you are very disciplined. You want to bring back a structure in your life, in yourself, in your environment. You want to be very organized with your life path. You want to do things in a more organized way, a planned way, something that you are kind of thinking about. How to reorganize, how to plan effectively. What is that step one? What is that step two? Right? What is that? Where do I go next? That kind of a situation. But you're keeping yourself away from all kind of disturbances. You want to be alone by yourself is also what I'm getting, guys. Right? You don't want any kind of disturbances in your setting. You're keeping your mind open, of course. Right? You're keeping your mind open. Because what I'm also getting is that you are also apprehending challenges in your life at this point. So there is also a work of preparation. What do I do from here? If that is the challenge, it's like, planning out a course of action more so is what I'm getting with the emperor. Yeah, see, because 5 of Pentacles and the High Priestess, right? Because again, this is your divine feminine and this is you. Let's look at these 3 cards first. And the both of you have been caught in a state of poverty, right? Where 2 people are out in the cold. None of them are complete without one another. Let me put it very bluntly here. Okay, none of them are complete without one another at this point in time. And to me, it looks like the divine feminine is experiencing the same kind of pain, is experiencing the same kind of loneliness, is experiencing the same kind of poverty. Emotionally, she's not happy, but what is happening with her, guys, is that she is quiet about it. Because she is more about her intuition. She's working with her intuitive self, her subconscious energy, right? But she's not talking. She knows it all. She has experienced this learning lesson. She feels that pain. She feels that burden of being alone, being away from you. And so do you, But but with you, divine masculine is what I'm getting, guys, is that you are aware of her situation. Though she may not be seeing it, she's not talking about it, you know it. You know it, that she has been hurt, but she's quiet. She's not volunteering any information, or she's not talking about it, right? So that is where you want to now take some kind of an action over this situation, is also what I'm getting. You're thinking about it. You're working on this situation because you know how sad she is feeling about the whole situation, and you're also, but you're kind of thinking, what you can do in order to bring back the warmth and sunshine in this relationship once again, right? So that is kind of your energy where you are, like I said, you're working on some kind of a plan in your life, divine masculine. Okay. Now, with the adult children, guys, you get the Four of Swords, the Fool, and the Six of Swords, right? So, right away, you want her to trust you, because see, with this, again, let me go back here, guys. You know that she has suffered so much that she doesn't have real trust on you. Somewhere the trust issue has also been hampered, right? That is where she could be missing you, you could be missing her, but at the same time there has been a lot of grief and poverty between the two of you here, right? And which is also a part of the trust issue, because there has been so much of misleading information, wrong information that has been passed on to her, and that she knows about it all, right? But at the end of the day, you want to start fresh, brand new in the story, divine masculine. You don't want her or even yourself to go back in that same place, whatever happened, right? So with the Four of Swords, you're clearly thinking about what you have to do now. You're not talking about it, you're kind of in the very resting and meditative mode, right? But you're trying to understand, because the Three Swords, right? There is still this third party situation here, or there is a lot of painful situation that you want to heal for her as well, because you want to heal, you want her to heal as well from that situation, right? So you have moved away from that third party situation or from that pain, but the pain is still lingering in your life because of her, and she knows that too, right? The pain is still lingering. So this is the time when you're thinking how to get rid of that pain, because that pain is very, very painful, right? It's painful. I mean, it's not something you have to say, you have to talk about, but it's there, right? Like somebody gets hurt, it's not necessarily that if you get hurt, you have to come back and yell like a child or say something. No, you behave. It's more like, yeah, it's more like the adult, right? You behave like an adult. You come to terms with your own self, understanding that it's time to free yourself from that pain that has happened because of some people, could involve children in your lives, in both your lives. So how do you get rid of that situation? How do you start fresh? How do you begin fresh without any baggage? Without those kind of painful baggage in your life. It's like a fresh start to a new story. Okay, so that is what you are, and this also involves an X amount of trust, right? What do you do? Because you still don't know how to do it. You're thinking about it, right? The destination is unknown, but you still want to start that. You don't know where this journey is going to end. You don't know where you are going from here, right? So you are silent about the whole situation, but you're thinking about your future as well. That if you take a leap of faith, you don't know the future, right? You don't know where you're going from here to there, this, that, whatever. But you still have to do something, take that leap of faith in order to start something fresh. But again, the future, you don't know where you're going to end up. Like, it's something that you are trying to come to terms with in order to get rid of that pain and heal the whole situation, even in yourself, more so, right? And that is where you get the Six of Swords. So, this is where you're kind of in that phase of transition, right? Transitioning out of that pain, getting out of that painful situation of either the third party or anything, or this adult children, some people in your life who have really caused you a lot of pain. And that could be a combination of both children and adult for some of you, right? So you want to move. This is a transition. You want to get into a place with your divine feminine where there is a lot of peace, serenity, and comfort in your life, right? Without speaking to anybody, just like taking off, right? There's no communication required. You're very silent in this first part of the story at this point in time. The energy is that of silence. You're not speaking, but in silence, you are moving out of that energy, which is, give me 1 second, guys, hold on with me for a minute, which is where you're coming to terms with your own understanding that it is time to move away from that situation. You want to get out of that guilt and pain and sorrow and whatever that situation has been for you in your life. And it's a very silent energy of trying to understand, trying to decide where your future destination is, or where you just want to sail away, but you don't know where you're going to land. You don't have the shoreline, right? You're still deep in the water and you're just sailing, but you don't see the shoreline. So you really don't know where your ship is going to, which shoreline you guys will land on, right? So this is where you are, you are working on that energetically, but at the same time, some of you guys are also recovering from a lot of pain. That could be body pain, that could be just mental stress, anxiety, anything, but some kind of pain. Could be physical pain, and you want to recover. You are recovering from that situation. So as you are recovering from that painful situation, your mind is becoming more open and active to this change that you want to create in your life. Please talk to me about the Four of Swords. This is the energy out here that I'm getting, which is that's what I said. It's a silent energy of change, of a transition, right? Yeah, the Three of Cups, the Four of Swords. Yeah. It could be either the third party, or it could be that you're thinking about a reunion, the Hanged Man. So we'll see. It could be anything, but please talk to me about the Three of Cups. So it could be the third party situation, or it could be that you are calling out in yourself for a reconciliation or a union with your divine feminine. Let's see. Please talk to me about the Three of Cups. You want to get back with her, maybe? Let's see. The Seven of Cups. Yeah, you're dreaming about the situation. Okay. All right. You're fantasizing the Nine of Wands, right? You want to move, but you are a little bit skeptical if you can actually work on this energy, because it's like, it's clouded. You don't know how you're going to do this work. If this is calling out for a reunion, you're looking at options as to what is the option that you will choose in order to come back or bring her back in your life, right? Reconcile with her, have fun with her, go out together, celebrate, do whatever you guys have to, right? Some of you could be just fantasizing, with the Four of Swords. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. So whenever you're sleeping, whenever you are in that calm atmosphere, you're thinking about this, right? You still don't know if this is a possibility. You don't know if you guys can reunite. But if you were to reunite, what is that you are going to do and how you're going to do it is more what I'm getting. So there is more of a fantasy kind of energy that I'm getting, where you're thinking about what kind of a gift you can give her, what she would like, what kind of an emotion you can show her, right? What is that you can possibly bring back in this relationship with her? So all that kind of an energy is coming up in here. But with the nine of wand, you you're kind of ready but not ready. You're like feeling very stubborn. If you don't know if you can really work on that energy because you're so tired with life in general is also what I'm getting, but we'll check. Please talk to me about the Fool here. Please talk to me about the Fool here. So there is something that you are thinking about, the Fool. Although you are finding it difficult to make your choice in here. You're not getting the choice right away, but there is an energy, the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. See, this is where you couldn't abandon. Okay. All right. This is also what I'm getting, guys. Hold on. So what has happened in here could be the third party situation is also a part of the story. So with the third party situation, you have been procrastinating. Taking a decision here is also a part of the same story, right? Because one card can go in many different directions. As a reader, I can sense the energy as it's coming to me. That's where this energy is telling me that this could be a very much a third party situation where you had some kind of fantasy and illusion about the situation, that things will get better, whatever has been going on with the third party, it's all going to get better. It's not something to be worried about. And really, you have procrastinated taking a decision in here, is also what I'm getting. I mean, you have been very casual about the whole situation. You knew about the whole situation, um, but you have kind of been very clouded about it. You were not paying attention to it, maybe for some of you. And for some of you, you had been in a land of fantasy where you had been fantasizing about the people in your life and you were thinking that, oh, they are not bad people. Everything is going to turn out to be okay. Everything is going to resume back to its normal course and so on and so forth, right? Where you have procrastinated making a decision or taking a decision here for some of you. Now, with the Fool, you get the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So, which clearly says that this is the reason you did not take a leap of faith. You could not leave that situation of the third party, right? You could not leave that situation, even though you were not sure if this situation could ever make you happy or those people could ever make you happy. So for some of you, you were offering, probably you were thinking that, oh, if you do this, if you do that, these people will be happy and they will listen to you and they will hear you out and they will respect you and they will bring back peace in your life. They will bring back joy in your life. right? For some of you, you were in that energy where you were like, okay, I just have to keep working on this situation. I just have to find out what it is that I'm not doing right, what it is that I should be doing right in order to make those people happy, right? So that they can give me back love and kindness from their part to me, right? And this is where you stop taking a leap of faith, right? You could not abandon the situation. You preferred to sit in that situation because you had hope that this adult children, that's what I said, the family, you had hope that everything will turn out to be perfectly okay once again, right? And you were caught up in that fantasy that if not today, tomorrow things are going to get better. And that's where you just decided, you're not going to leave that situation. You kept holding on to everything that you had, Nine of Swords. And this is where you had a painful, sleepless, anxiety, guilt trip, nightmares. Nightmares. Right? Those are the people who have continuously fed you with nothing but nightmares. Whoever you are associated with, because you could not leave that situation, guys. So this is where the Six of Swords. Please talk to me about the Six of Swords. So this is where you are coming to terms, the Ace of Cups, right? This is where your spiritual insight is occurring with your justice situation, your logical part of the story, your karma, your truth. You're coming to terms, you're coming in contact with your own spiritual growth. Really, you're coming in contact with your own spiritual karma growth, where it's like what goes around comes around. You have given a lot, and you now want to bring back a lot of love in your life for yourself, because you have really given a lot to these people, maybe, where in return you just sat there and kept your fingers crossed and hoped that the situation will improve, but that didn't happen. So at this point, as we speak, you are now looking for a new cup of love. Okay? Because you know that they have nothing more to offer to you. There is no love from those people that you had been holding on to for who knows how long. Right? So now you're getting a spiritual insight into the story with your twin. That you want your twin with you. You want the divine feminine with you. And both you guys want a peaceful journey out of this existing one, where both you guys can give and share the same cup of love with one another. That how much of love there is between the two of you. There is a lot of spiritual insight into the story between the two of you, and especially for you, divine masculine. So you want a fresh, new course and path of justice that concerns your love in the right way, is more what I'm getting, guys. Okay, so hold on. Let's look at adult children. So there is a new spiritual insight into the whole story for you, divine masculine, because you're realizing your mistake, that you had not been able to let go of an old situation, and you kept hanging on to something even though there was no hope in there. You see? You did not start a journey. This is the journey you want to start now, right? Let's talk to me about the adult children. So this spiritual insight is coming back to you. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. You're learning to forgive yourself, or you're learning to forgive those that you had been serving, right? Opportunity. That if you can forgive that, new opportunity will come back into your life. That's what they're saying here, guys. Okay. But this is the story, forgiveness. They're saying forgive. Forgive those people because they do not know what they have done. They have hurt you. They have done a lot of things, but somewhere your contribution where you have suffered, where you haven't done what your heart was telling you to do just because of these people, right? So this is where you're starting fresh or you want to start fresh. Please talk to me about the Ace of Cups. There is a lot of spiritual insight into the whole story for you. Hold on, guys. A lot of spiritual insight. I just saw the Ten of Pentacles, but we'll see. Please talk to me about the Ace of Cups here. But you have to learn to forgive this significant part of the story. Got 3 cards. The Lovers, the Nine of Swords, and the Sun. Yeah, see? Nightmare. You have to learn to forgive those people who have made you unhappy, Divine Masculine. Who have given you a lot of strife, tension, stress. You could not sleep in the night. Those are the people who have caused nightmares in your life where you haven't been able to relax or close your eyes without feeling stressful or anxious or being in a guilt trip. Some of you were in a guilt trip because of those people in your life where you made a wrong choice in your life. Divine Masculine. And then you get the Sun. This is where you're setting yourself free from. This is where that forgiveness is. You're learning to realize, right, that you need your love. You need, because until you forgive those people, you will not be able to open your own heart towards your divine feminine, right? So in order for you to open your own heart, you need to forgive the old, close the chapter, liberate yourself from that situation in order to move forward. So this is where you are liberating yourself from all that guilt, anxiousness, worry, strife, nightmare, tension, everything that was in your life, Divine Masculine. Yeah, you're coming to terms with your own freedom, with your own liberation, the High Priestess. Yeah, intuitively, subconsciously, the Divine Feminine has taught you how to work with your intuition. And that's exactly what you are doing. That's exactly what you are doing. You're learning, Temperance in the Knight of Wands. That there was so much of impatience in you, right? This is where she has taught you a lesson. There was so much of impatience in you that you could not balance your own emotions because you were not being able to liberate yourself from that story. As simple as that. You were not being able to liberate yourself. So you were always impatient with your own emotions. You did not have patience with people, with situations, because you were not being able to liberate your own feelings, your own self from that situations, because there was a lot of things. Maybe some of you had a past life, inner child issue, right? So you have to forgive that. You have to let go of that. You have to finish that and say, okay, whatever happened, was a part of my karma. I didn't deserve it. Nobody deserves bad karma, but it is what it is, right? We have to work with it. But a time comes when we realize that the old karma or the old karmic situation is now to be obsolete. We don't need that anymore in our life. The next part is family changes. 10 of Swords, death, and the King of Pentacles. So you're coming back into your power, Divine Masculine. You're very much, because you're going through, absolution, the 10 of Swords. You have reached the rock bottom. There is no 11th sword card in the tarot deck. When the 10 of Swords appears in a reading, it means that you have reached the point of surrendering. The nine of sword, the 10 of sword. Excuse me. You have reached the point of surrendering and liberating yourself from that pain. And this is where the death is. This is where the death is. That is bringing back your confidence. You're ready to assume back your responsibilities with your stability, your finance, your career, your money, right? Your confidence that whatever you touch from now on will turn into gold. You're not going to make the same mistake that you have done before, where there is an absolution, a surrender of that old situation here. Excuse me. Please talk to me about the 10 of sword. Sorry guys, my throat. Yeah, judgment, yeah. A rebirth. A rebirth. You're getting a second chance, guys. You're getting a second chance here. The Emperor, yeah. You're getting a second chance to bring back your power. You're getting a second chance to bring back your stability. You're getting a second chance to reconcile with your own situation. Period. You're getting a second chance here. The moment you can surrender that pain, right, liberate yourself, universe is like, yeah, there you are. You're getting a second chance to bring the whole thing back into life. Please talk to me about death. There is a lot of liberation here. There is a lot of liberation here, guys, that is happening. Yeah, the Four of Wands. Right? There is a change in your domestic situation. Some of you are going to take a decision. Five of Wands. Four of Wands. Yeah, where there has been a lot of power play, drama in a home, in a family setting. A lot of drama. Right? And this is something that has upset you, that has destabilized you. Right? There has been a lot of bickering, conflict, argument, a lot of drama between people here. Right? That is being liberated. That is changing. Please talk to me about the Four of Wands. You have learned your lesson here, guys. Yeah, the Hermit, see? You're learning to reorganize yourself again for the second chance. The Eight of Wands. You're clearing your karma. Right? You're understanding yourself better where you have gone wrong. You're coming to terms with your own fault. And you know that you're getting a second chance here, guys. That this time around, you have to work in the right way. Please talk to me about the King of Pentacles. So you are, okay, this is also what I'm getting. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Many of you, hold on. Many of you are liberating yourself from that situation and moving out of a family situation here. Yeah. You're isolating yourself from people around you or from those with whom you were or you have been living in your life. Because now you want to take decisions, you want to do things in the right way with the judgment card, right? You want to liberate yourself from all that drama, from all that bickering, conflict, and stuff like that. You're isolating yourself from all that situation here because somewhere your soul is coming in touch with some kind of liberation. Very spiritual. Very, very spiritual here, right? The Five of Swords. Yeah, see the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it's abundance. It's money. It's time change. Whether you have learned a lesson with the Five of Swords. Please talk to me about the Wheel of Fortune, that if you need to change your life, you need to change your fortune, you need to change yourself. Excuse me. You need to change yourself. You cannot sit in that same place and expect the wheel to turn. No. Please talk to me about the Wheel of Fortune. So there is a change that is occurring. There is a change that is occurring. Yeah. The Nine of Cups and the Ten of Wands. You have been working way too hard to please other people, but not yourself. That's where the wheel is not going to move. Because you haven't paid attention to what you want from life, what makes you happy, what brings you back here. Some people have been very, very greedy in your life, and you know that. And you have been putting extra effort, bringing in more money, working very hard to please those people because you had low self-esteem and you thought that if you please those people, they will give back love to you. No. No. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. You're walking out of that situation, guys. So you are spiritually awake. You're spiritually awake. You're realizing your problem. You're getting in touch with your divine. You're moving out of the drama. You're realizing where you have gone wrong and why your abundance has not come back to you. Very important to you to understand around this portion in time, Divine Masculine. You are coming in contact with the truth in your own self. That maybe you knew subconsciously, but consciously you were not addressing it for some of you. Please talk to me about family changes. So you are definitely coming to the point of understanding that you have been working way too hard for those people. Look for a sign. Yeah, look for a sign. You will know it. For people, look for a sign of success. Yeah, you will get success. You have to wait, guys. It's all coming. Okay, so within the next few weeks, this card just flew out. Okay, so something is moving. All right. So what I was telling you, excuse me, what I was going to tell you guys is that that you had been putting in a lot of effort to make other people happy, and those people who have been greedy for their own success or their own wish fulfillment, right? And you have been constantly working, breaking your back to make them happy, to bring those 9 cups in front of them, because you knew that it's not going to be a very easy journey to bring the 9 cups. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of effort to bring money. It takes a lot of effort to earn money, right? So you're coming to your understanding, guys, that you have been feeding those who have been very guilty. So within the next few weeks, there will be a change. Look for a sign. You will get a sign here. You will get a sign. Okay, something is going to move. Look for a sign. Please talk to me about that here. It's within the next few weeks. It won't happen right now, but yeah, maybe within the next couple of weeks before December ends, we'll see. You're ready. So once you receive the sign or the omen that you're waiting for, you will be ready to take action on this situation here. But until then, you will have to keep working to liberate yourself and forgive those who have not made you happy here. Right? So you have to keep working on that story in yourself, in your case here. Now with changing your mind, guys, let's see here. You get 4 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. Right? So you feel that your divine feminine is changing her mind. Is more what I'm getting. And that you need to be at par with her. Right? She's changing her mind because she has been very unhappy. She has been disconnected from her emotional point, right? Where now she wants to move to an area, is more what I'm getting, is where she finds her people and she finds her joy and victory. It could be anything, but we'll see. But this has got definitely something to do with your divine feminine, right? Changing your mind. So you have to, you have to probably stop her from moving away from you, if that's what the story is. Okay, let's look at the 4 of Cups. So she has disconnected emotionally from this situation with you, right? The Ace of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. Yeah, it's because she doesn't want to start anything brand new with you. She doesn't feel emotionally connected with the story. That she is not eager to start something brand new. And, she is in that stalemate energy. She's not saying anything. She's not doing anything, and she's not moving towards it. Again, because of this 5 of Wands. Because of all the drama that has been caused, and there has been so much of hurt and pain in herself, right? That she is kind of not interested to work with you at this point, is what I'm getting. Is at this point is what I'm getting, because of everything that you have created in your life and in her life. Please talk to me about the Queen of Cups, right? Where she's not interested to take on any new project with you. She's not saying no to you on your face. Yeah, the Devil. Yeah. But there is a lot of restriction that she has in herself. The eight of Swords. Right? She's not, it's all in her mind too. She's also feeling very toxic about the whole situation, where at one point in time, she was all out to give it to you, but now she's very toxic about the whole situation. She doesn't want to deal with this anymore. Neither does she want to start anything fresh with you. She's not interested. She's feeling extremely toxic about this toxicity of love, or this toxic love. As the Queen of Cups, she can feel the toxic love that you have given her, divine masculine, right? Which is where she is not talking about it, but she's feeling very toxic, and she's feeling very bad about the whole situation that you had initiated with her in this journey, divine masculine. Please talk to me about the 6 of Wands. Yeah, where you perhaps did not make it public, you did not tell people, yet you kept her hidden, Yeah, the 10 of Cups. Where this commitment should have been made public. The Emperor. And you know that. You know that this commitment should not have been hidden from people. Right? It should not have been under covers. It should have been very clear-cut, straightforward, love story here, where people should have known about the two of you, making it public. Excuse me. But, and that's where she's feeling very toxic and upset. She doesn't want to start anything fresh with you. And you know that. You know that, divine masculine. And this is again, this is karma, the seven of sword, the seven of wand. Yeah, and the tower, where you have failed to deliver justice to her. And you have acted very sly because you were averting a disaster, right? You were guarding that situation. You were not telling her the truth of what you're trying to do while you have been strategizing and creating more challenges in her life, right? And it also could be because you know that something had crumbled. You could not move forward because there was a lot of disaster that stopped you from moving forward. So once that happened, you started to play your games. I'm sorry to say that, but that is what I'm getting, right? And you created more challenges, mental challenges for her, more so. Where she found it difficult, or this is where, again, commitment and trust is becoming an issue for her. That's where she is restricting herself because she's not trusting you. She's not trusting your judgment. She's not believing in you that in order to do something fresh and brand new with you in this tangible world, because she has disconnected herself from any kind of plan with you in this story at this point in time. Wow. Yeah. So it could be a challenge to change her mind. Let's see. Please talk to me about changing your mind. It could be a challenge for you now. Communicate clearly. Yeah, there you go. Communicate clearly. Unless you communicate, no need to worry. You have to tell her the truth. Unless you communicate this whole story to her clearly, she will not move and she will change. She will not trust this journey at all. She's feeling very toxic. She's feeling extremely bad. She's not in any kind of mental frame of mind to even go with this story further. So until she hears from you, where you're ready, look for a sign. To talk to her about some changes that you are making or doing or having. And tell her the truth. Until that happens, this situation is, boom, stuck. But there is no need to worry, guys. But you'll have to work with this story. You'll have to work with this story. Take the next step now. The Emperor, that's what they're telling you. No need to worry, right? You have to tell her the truth. You have to communicate the truth to her, or else nothing is moving. Nothing will move. Sentimental feeling, justice, yeah. Karma, right? What goes around comes around. Ask your angels. Yeah. And you will get a lot of help, but you will have to take that step forward. You will have to take that step. Spiritual growth, the seven of swords. Yeah, see? This is where you're realizing your mistake of what you have done with her. That you had no spiritual growth, you had no spiritual understanding, and that's where you have cheated, deceived, and lied to her. Big happy changes. This is where big happy changes need to happen, right? And things need to be cleared out. Seeking and finding the seven of wands. Yeah, you have to be strong. You have to be strong in order to believe and get your answers or face the adversaries or oppositions that you have in your life for your romance, right? You believe in your romance with your divine feminine. You want to bring back that romance, guys. You have to be strong for that. Okay, but these are all the energies that is cropping around to you at this point in time. The last one I will take on in here, guys, is realizations and epiphanies with the Tower card. Look, with the Tower card, and that's opportunity. Once that happens, the road is cleared, new opportunities are in your way. Okay, so enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again, till then, goodbye. God bless. Khuda Hafiz and Namaste.